All right, so let me give you the update. So it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and they're down to 95,000 shares available to borrow. So, obviously, with only 95,000 shares available to borrow, we should wrap up somewhere above 5. Now, my last video, when I talked about this being too big, I've allowed my brain to swim on it for a bit. And I think, and please, as far as the light, the sun, that's like Jesus, like for real. Like, relax. I'm not saying Jesus is part of this video, but I can't control the sun. You like close everything down. I'm like, why? Fuck it. This is my living room. I want to be normal. Play with me on this one. Now, we already know that AMC's been tied to a lot of other weird stuff, FTX, whatever, Brazilian synthetics down, whatever. We already know, like, there's derivatives of derivatives, whatever. I'm like, how big did this thing become? Like, how big did this thing become to the point where now it's like, yeah, they're not going to save it with shares available to borrow. And the cost to borrow just keeps going up. And it's like, but where are they getting these shares? Nobody wants to, like, whatever. The fact that they put out 2 million shares yesterday, what it cost to borrow at 1,000 something, yeah, that wasn't believable. And then today all of a sudden, poof, everything just changed. What I'm saying is this: I do not believe they can carry this going forward. I'm going to say something. The reason why they've been able to carry it so long. Before 2008, all the bonds and stuff like that. Obviously, I was waiting on that stuff to collapse, and it was going on and on and on. The reason why it finally did collapse is because you could see what was in those bonds, because those bonds were tied to homes that had mortgages that were wrapped in there. So I gave this example a few minutes ago. Let's say a bond had 1,000 mortgages inside. Well, those mortgages were attached to homes. So you could see the homes being abandoned, dilapidated, broken down, foreclosed. That's what killed the value of that bond, while nobody wanted to downgrade it. But you could see it. See, in AMC, you can't see what everything is. You can't. You can't see what they've done with it, or what synthetic derivatives tied to what ETFs. You can't see anything. So you look at it from one dimension, maybe two dimension, but it's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? That's how this thing is bigger than whatever, because at the end of the day, it's like, what did this grow to in this entire process? So, like I said, we're down to 95,000 shares to borrow. What, are they going to keep popping up with more new shares? And more, then 100% people don't got to go, are they synthetics? I'm like, yo, dog, not for nothing. Like, you don't need any more proof of these shares just popping out. We have no shares available, and all of a sudden, there's 2 million. And the thing is that nobody in their right state of mind will put that out there. We'll put that out there with 1,000% cost to borrow. At the same time that Goldman is giving this thing a 3-digit rating. Like, that's where they got it at. They got it at 120 something. Yeah. So there we go. More updates to come.